Hello and welcome to round 1 Bahrain here in season 3 with my team, Rich Energy F1. Right, let's start the race. This is going to be an amazing race.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lee lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Norris, Lewis Hamilton and Leclerc, Bottas, Stroll, Ricciardo and Nico Rosberg, Sainz, Ocon, George Russell and Gasly, Latifi, Tsunoda, Kimi Raikkonen and Guan Yu Zhou, Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Alesi and Nikita Mazepin. And now it's time to head down to the track.
First race of the season and you're on pole. Let's bring home a win today.
Well, I'm definitely going to bring home a win. Right, let's get these formation laps done and get these tyres up to temperature.
Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
Right. I ain't sure what I want to talk about in today's race. Apart from that, I'm a booster for the COVID or the pandemic or the outbreak that you got to say, because you know political correctness gone mad on YouTube. You can't
No
say
threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good.
you can't say this and you can't say that because you get demonetised. What happened to fucking freedom of speech, you know? Fucking dickheads. Political correctness gone mad, like I say. It's fucking ridiculous. But now, talk about my booster though. No side effects, like the first 2 jabs. Here doing videos like I did in back in August and what's June or June I had my first one, August I had my second one, now I have my booster. So yeah, I'm here again doing videos, you know. No side effects. This is what's so good about my body. It's really weird. A lot of people have had dead arms or not been feeling too good, and then there's poor arm me who just don't get no fucking luck, and I'm fucking fit as a fiddle. I don't get it. I feel like the fucking pandemic don't care about me. Now I've got to make a joke out because at the end of the day it's fucking, it's me. But no, in all fairness though, and in all seriousness though, it can be quite bad, and it has been bad, but you know, I feel like I'm one of the fucking lucky ones where really I'd rather have it than some fucking...
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Yeah, like I was going to say before Jeff interrupted me, I'd rather have it myself than some elderly person or somebody who's got a weak immune system, because my immune system is fucking strong as fuck, and that's a bonus to me. But it's quite sad really that people do suffer with the pandemic, and you know, okay, we found cures and that, but well, I say cures, you know, we've got a fucking vaccine within 2 years, and yet we can't still cure fucking cancer. Fucking makes no sense. I know what that is, though. It's a big conspiracy theory from me. is they've got a cure for cancer, but they don't want to dish it out because it's not profitable then. So they'd rather have people fucking suffer. I know there's multiple types of cancer, but come on. We've been now doing cancer research here in the UK for the last nearly 30 odd years, maybe 40 years at a push. And like I say, this pandemic has come out, and within 2 years we've got a fucking cure. You know, we've had boosters, we've had fucking the first 2 jabs. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Got it. Oh, sorry, fuel damage. I hit fucking Perez then.
The underbody's taken some damage. You may start to notice it.
I fucking will now to see because it's fucking yellow. It's a fucking green. No, it's like a lime green yellow colour, but fucking hell. I dive bombed fucking Perez in that corner. And I had to just to get in front of him. But unfortunately though, he has now got end plate damage on his front wing. Yeah, it was an aggressive move by me, but I don't care. Yeah, apart from the pandemic shit that I've been talking about and the conspiracy theory fucking cancer research, fucking I still don't know what to talk about properly. Apart from doing these videos quite early. Normally I'm on there at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, it's 10 to 12, coming up to midnight. So I'm fucking early. That's mad. It's bizarre. Oh, I know what I could talk about actually. It's WWE 2K20. I told you I don't talk about 21 and 22, but I've created a new character, a furry called Frost Kitty, because she's a cat. I could make her like a coyote or some sort of dog breed, since there is a dog fur head available. I might make a second character and have them as women's tag team. Be kind of cool. So I ain't grumbling, and I ain't doing too bad. But I might do that. Might be the key word. Don't know yet. Gotta think about it. What am I expecting?
We think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Typical fucking Jeff. Yeah, I was about to say now, yeah, this season I'm expecting it like last. Dominant by me, and hopefully by the midway session, before I renew Rosberg's contract, I should have him on a fully permanent 3 out of 3 for his drivers perks. I've already got my marketing maxed out, so my driver is next at 15. I'm only 10 mil away, and that's, say, a mil race, that's 10 races. In about 12 races I've got to renew his contract, so it's going to be basically by Monza I should have Rosberg re-signed, and I should have the fully maxed out perk of his as well. So yeah, it's going to be a grueling season, it's going to be a long-winded season, but I want Rosberg for one more season to dominate, because like I say, next season, season 4, I am going to be changing teammates. I know I was stuck with Valacy in the first season. Second season I went with...
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
I went with Rosberg. And I said last season I was going to stick with him for the 2 seasons. And this is now his second season with the team. Season 4, I am looking at probably getting, I would say, Ayrton Senna. But I also want to get other drivers like Mick Schumacher Senior, or I don't really want Alan Prost. Long story of Alan Prost and Ayrton Senna is Alan Prost in the between 19 1990 and 1993 screwed Ayrton Senna out of multiple titles because he was a jealous bastard. Jealous of how successful Ayrton was. Ayrton was a unique driver. Like Schumacher in 95 onwards, Schumacher was a unique driver. You know, and Mika Hakkinen come out with 2 championships. Fernando Alonso come out with 2 championships while Schumacher was still driving. Schumacher then retires in I think it was 2006 he retired, when Renault won the double in 2005 and then 2006. 2007 was, I believe, Kimi Räikkönen. 2008 was Lewis Hamilton, I think. I think it was 2008. 2009 Jenson Button. 2010 was, up until 2014, was Sebastian Vettel. Again, unique driver with Red Bull. Red Bull was a dominant force back then. The regulations changed, and of course, when Mercedes came out through after buying Brawn out, of course, you know, they had to build their cars up and build up everything. And as you know now, for the last 7 years, Mercedes have dominated, and I've got to say, even though Lewis is a great driver in his own way, different eras of different sports, of how the cars progressed from V8s, V10s, V12s to hybrids. You know, well, V6s as well, but you know, different cars, different eras, different drivers handle different stuff. Now, would Lewis Hamilton, it's like, there's an old question now, there's an old question, before Senna died in 94.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
If Senna was still alive in 1995, 96, 97, 98, 99, would Schumacher have...
We're leading our teammate by 17.7 seconds.
Would Schumacher have the 7 world titles that he actually had? Now, for me, if Senna didn't have his tragic accidents in Imola and he was still alive, I would say Michael Schumacher would have had maybe 5 world championships to his name. Because Senna was that good. Senna was brilliant. He knew how to get the most out of a car at any time. And he was truly remarkable. He could go on dry tyres through near enough a full wet race, know when to pick directly for wets, because there was no intermediates back then.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
Right, and he was a rain master. If a track was wet and it was drying, he'd make the first move for dry tyres because he knew how to handle the car in the wet. That's how good Senna was. Michael Schumacher, different ball game, was a rain master like Damon Hill. Rain maestros, definitely, I agree. Both of them were superb in the rain, as well as the dry. But like I say, Schumacher would have had 5 world championship titles to his name, which would have been phenomenal anyway, because, you know, 5 world championships back to back would have been great. Like I say, Mika Hakkinen come out. McLaren dominated in 98 and 99. And, you know, that's how they was. And then Ferrari dominated, like I say, from 2000 to 2004. Renault showed up. And they were a dominant force with Fernando Alonso. Again, Fernando knew how to get something out the car that his teammates struggled to do. But Renault were a very, very good team. And then, like I say, then Lewis Hamilton, I think it was like 2008, I'm sure it was 2008. I'm going to have to Google it later, just in case I'm wrong. But yeah, Hamilton knew how to get the most out of the McLaren and win his first ever title with McLaren. I saw the documentary on Braun GP and Jensen Button saying the car was understeery, oversteery, coming in and out the corners, and the car was very, very unsettled. But Braun, again, like Jensen, like Rubens Barrichello, knew how to get the most out of the car, pardon me, because of their experience with the team. You know, they joined BAR, British American Racing, that turned then out to be Honda. Honda leaves the sport in 2008. 2009, Braun just about got the rights to the team. He had to sack a lot of personnel because he didn't have.
Nico has come into the pits. He's in the pit lane now.
Because he didn't have the budget behind him to pay all the staff that was there. And even though he had to make many people redundant for a year, he did turn around and say the following year he would have brought everybody back, which he did because it's helped Mercedes. And Braun is a very, very lucky team that they had Mercedes engines. Because Mercedes wasn't as good as what they used to be. And like I say, and of course, the double diffuser, which everyone spoke about, and you know, and had uproars with, but the FIA said, yeah, you can have them, but they're banned for next season, so everyone had to adapt to the Braun. And of course, the Braun had a bit of a leeway, a little bit of an advantage for the first couple of races, but the car was still underplanted, it wasn't perfect. And like I say, Jensen and Barrichello got the most out of the car because of their experience. We've been with midfield teams and lower rated teams. So, like I say, I can't grumble with Braun.
Complete, go now.
But it's like Lewis Hamilton now when he joined Mercedes. He got the most out of the car. That wasn't really fully there.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
And as soon as he got the most out of the car, and of course the rules and regulations changed every couple of seasons, Mercedes built the car to the spec that they had to do, and Lewis got the most out of the car. Okay, Valtteri Bottas didn't do as well as Lewis Hamilton, and I will admit that. But with Bottas, though, he did enough just to win the constructors with Lewis for Mercedes. I could also turn around and say Nico Rosberg, great driver, won the championship, retired on a high, didn't really want to fight Lewis for a title defence, which is understandable, you know, you want to go out on a high and that's fine. But for me, if I was Rosberg, I would have done one more year and said, okay, title's in the air, let's see who can win it again. And if Rosberg would have won it for a second season, I would have turned around and said, that's fair play, you know, I mean, he's winning twice, defended it twice, and he can leave on a high. But he got out the sport just as the sport was changing to the new regulations, and I can't knock him. But Valtteri Bottas, like I say, has done enough to help Lewis win multiple titles. Max Verstappen this year won it.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
The controversy around Max Verstappen winning it has been, like I say, the last 2.5 weeks now, that they spoke about Mercedes and Red Bull and so forth and so forth. But Max...
Gap to teammate behind is 25.2 seconds.
But Max, I'll say, did he really deserve to win it? Well, he got the most out of the car. And when Perez held up Lewis, unfortunately that's the part of racing, and that's true. Your teammate is there to play second fiddle if you are in the lead for the championship. Just like Michael Schumacher did with Barrichello. Barrichello was Michael Schumacher's pawn. Wherever Michael Schumacher had to be, Barrichello was a little bit behind him. Maybe in second, third, fourth, fifth, wherever. And he did enough to hold up the leader, you know, the rivalry to Schumacher. And Schumacher won the championship. And that's what Perez did. Bottas didn't really do a great deal for Lewis like that. But Perez did enough that on the weekend to hold up Lewis for Max to win the championship. Like I say, did he deserve to win it? Yeah. Was he deserved respectively? Probably not, with the FIA fucking up. And their fuck up has been mentioned on more than one occasion, also by me and other content creators. But like I say, I've got no gripe with how Max won. I just wish that the FIA would have looked at their blunder and gone, okay. But I know why they wanted them 5 cars out the way, because they wanted a showdown for the last few laps between Max and Lewis. They could have let all the other cars out there that were a lap down get out the way of the safety car and at the back of the pack, so everybody raced from where they start, from the back of the safety car, and then it's every man for themselves. That's what it should have been. But did that happen? Not really. Did the FIA fuck up? Yes. Is the FIA at fault? Yes. But are they at fault for Max winning the championship? No. Max and Lewis went at it like a bull at a china shop, and Max was the better driver on the day. Simple as. And let's hope Max Verstappen can win it next year with the new cars, new regulations and new rules, because I know Red Bull have got a Honda engine. Honda aren't in the sport. It's going to be renamed to, I think, a Red Bull engine or something to do with the Red Bull family, and it's going to be in-house built for Red Bull and Toro Rosso, or AlphaTauri now. I'll say I'll always call them Toro Rosso, because that's what their first ever name was when Minardi got brought out by Red Bull's second team. And Red Bull in Italian does spell Toro Rosso.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
But they wanted the branding.
Some information on Ocon. They are out of the race.
Yeah, they wanted the branding of their fashion clothes line for AlphaTauri to promote that, and that's why they called Toro Rosso that. So yeah, it's not as fancy as AlphaTauri is not as fancy as Toro Rosso, but life is life, eh? And you know, maybe in the next couple of years it'll be rebranded again. Now we should have a safety car, because by the looks of Ocon,
The car behind has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form.
now like I'm saying there, this here with Ocon should really warrant a safety car, because he's not in a safe place. He's on the side of the road here. Okay, he's off the racing line. There's a little bit of an indent, but still, if that was a realistic pull up where he would have crashed with an engine retirement or some sort of mechanical failure, there should be a safety car, because
Okay, clear.
pardon me, because we are running at max speed. The stewards and the recovery people would be in danger because of going at this high speed. So really there should be a virtual safety car or a safety car. Hopefully next year's game we get a few more safety cars, because I'll tell you now, I've been screwed over by the safety car. You know, I was stuck behind it for one lap last season, pitted, you know, after, and got caught out a little bit. But at the end of the day, the safety car needs to come out for these sort of races where, okay, the circuit's quite wide enough, so, you know, any runoff would be covered. But for me, the car is actually not that far off the racing track, and yeah, they need to look into it.
Have taken damage. Keep an eye on your engine temperature. Cooling may be adversely affected.
Right. Side pods. No, side pods are okay, Jeff. It's the floor. I'm just going to double check that actually. What am I after? Options. Now it does say that my side pods do take that damage. Yeah, I can see a few scratches along the side. There's a bit of an indent on that side, but nothing to worry about at the moment. And this side is, that side's got a few more scratches, but nothing too bad. What I want to do is I want to go up and over. So there's nothing on that side, but this side should have. Oh gosh, careful. So now the floor damage. Yeah, see the floor damage on this side. Yeah, it's very critical. Can I get further? There we go. Right, I want to try and get over the car and then zoom in. But yeah, you can certainly tell where the chips are in the floorboard. Where I dive bombed Perez, you can certainly see from the left to the right. So yeah, there's a little bit of side pod damage, there's a bit of scratching, there's a little bit of an indent, but the way Jeff's talking about that is ridiculous. So yeah, Jeff's talking about the side pods have really been damaged. No, they haven't. Only one has, and IA2 fussed about it. Which one I'm after is that one. Going a bit wide, but it's okay. Engine coolant is down. Greenish, teal green style engine, so it's a cool engine. I ain't over exerting the engine because I'm not behind any car.
You've taken damage to the side pods. Expect to feel a little drag. This is your final lap of the race.
102, 103 for the engine. Do you know what? That's not too bad considering. And so forth. But like I say, the way Jeff's talking about the side pod, and that he's over. He's He's over exaggerating.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Yeah, he's really over exaggerating how bad the damage actually is. The floor damage is severe. You can certainly see the sharp bites and that. Where, like I said, I dive bomb Perez on the first lap. But end of the day, simulation damage is on for a reason. And that, so yeah, like I say, like I've always said over the last 2 seasons, I will only use I won't use a flashback if it's my own doing. And if I spin out on a corner, if I ride a curb, and all the other AIs use the same curb and don't spin out, then I'm going to use flashbacks, because at the end of the day, that's not realistic. If the AI ain't doing it, and I do, why is that? Because the game is literally full of, like FIFA, it's got flaws. So yeah, there is a few issues here and there. But yeah, I won't use flashbacks like I did when I dived from Perez. That was my own fault for doing it. But I had to get past him, so yeah. But it's always good, and we would.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant result. Well done.
Ricardo gets driver of the day. Awesome. Like to see that.
That's it for another spectacular Grand Prix here in Bahrain, and a real champion's drive to take the win. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today.
£6 short, and then I've got prestige level 5 for a 3rd time.
Let's see how the drivers' standings have changed. Lee takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, Crofty, Daniel Ricciardo would have to be my driver of the day. It's less about what he did right, but how little he did wrong. Perfect driving.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The owner drivers team moved to the top of the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
So everyone did a 1-stop. I was expecting Sergio Perez to be on hards, and for my teammate to not be in the points, that is just diabolical. It really is. He's got the same car as me, yet my car was somewhat planted. So, yeah.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours.
Your team must be
It was more like dodge. Appreciate your time.
Let's renew the sponsorship. 2-day sponsor. Can I actually put my sponsors on the car at all? What subclubs I got now from the store? I'm sure. Digital noise. Have I got that on the? Let's have a look. Digital noise. Have I got digital noise? That's the question. Yeah, I have. There it is. Okay, so I've got the same gloves and overalls. That's fine. Right, livery. Can I put? Say I can't put sponsor decals on. That's a little bit sad. That's a little bit sad. I can't put them on. Car livery's not capable. Thingy. So that's the problem. Did I miss that livery from last season? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah. I could use Russell's 63 helmet or Daniel Ricciardo's helmet next season to spice it up a little bit. Well, I got 7 mil, nearly 8 mil, so that's not too bad. This should give me a bit more.
Our new parts
Probably
are
not.
completed
No.
without issue. They'll
Right.
be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
I'm going to end this video here. Please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell for notifications. And until tomorrow, I'll see you all again. Bye for now.